Hello, and welcome everyone to another episode of Momentum Monday with me, Emily McHugh, your supercharged coach, guiding entrepreneurs to build sustainable businesses while maximizing your time and energy without burnout. So today's Momentum Monday is all about the tools that can help us do just that: avoid burnout, maximize our time, and be more productive. So here we go in starting off with the 5 essential business tools for entrepreneurs. And I'm going to start off with a disclaimer to let you know that these are tools that I personally use. They're based on my personal experience, and so they're from my point of view. And they may differ from other people's experiences, but this is what I experience using these tools, so I can speak to them as a user who uses them pretty much almost every day and every week. So without further ado, let us jump right on in to our 5 essential business tools for entrepreneurs. All right, here we go. I started at the end. I have to go back to the beginning. All right, close your eyes. Okay, I had to actually redo this, so that's why I was at the end. So let's start. Boom, from the start. Okay, so these 5 essential tools, as I said, these are tools that I use on a regular basis, and I personally can attest to using and actually love using for the most part, and you're soon going to know my favorites as I dive in. So I want you to let me know which tools are your favorite, which ones do you use, and so forth and so on, okay? All right, let's go. Number 1, woo, air horn has to come out. Okay, Canva. Now, this is not in any order of like ranking. It's just this is tool 1, tool 2, like that. But Canva is one of my big time favorite tools, and here is why. First of all, it is used for design templates. That's the purpose of it. And I use it to design everything from business cards to this very presentation that you're seeing right now. And also I use it every single day. I use it daily. It is like my paper and pen. I love Canva so much. And it can do everything from create presentations, social media posts, videos. You can record videos in Canva now. You can actually create websites even. So it really has, it can do amazing things. And again, today is not an in-depth study of every web app I'm sharing. It's an overview, it's an introduction. If you're new to these apps, it's kind of a little overview of what they're like. And if you use them, maybe some insights as well along the way. Or if you're trying to select an app, it can give you some insights. So let's get into the pros and cons of Canva. There are way more pros than cons, but I just wanted to keep my slides balanced. But it's mainly pros. It sparks your creativity. You see a Canva thing and you're like, oh, wow, I can do all kinds of things. So it's like a playground. And there are always new examples, new templates to try new things. It's great for keyword searching. So let's say you want to work on a project that has to do with the ocean. All you have to do is type in the word ocean. You'll get graphics and photos pertaining to the ocean that you can use. So it's really great for that. You can also design posters. You can design graphics that you could print on merchandise, whether it's a t-shirt, whether it's a mug, etc. So you have the ability to print and directly from Canva. So like, again, with the business cards, you design your business cards and you can have them professionally printed and delivered to you right from that app. And one of the new features is that you can create QR codes, which is really, really cool. And I'll show you one of the QR codes that I created a little later in this app, in this presentation. So on to some of the cons. So let me know in the comments if you agree with some of these tips here, pros and cons, or what is your experience. So it can be a little overwhelming at first when you first get into the Canva app because it's so many choices and so many things that you can do. And you might be like, how do I choose? Which one do I go with? And so forth. So, having a sense of your brand strategy and your brand colors and your brand messaging helps you to narrow it down. So that's one. And also the formats that you're looking for. And it can be a little bit of a rabbit hole syndrome because, again, you start to play with the colors, you play with the fonts, and you can just go spend all day in there. So also, as I mentioned before, being overwhelmed, knowing how to start is really important. Like when you get on the platform, having a sense of where you're going, what you're trying to do, gives you a sense of focus. One of the little pet peeves I have is that I can't print directly from a project directly to my printer. So for example, if I want to print a PDF off, I have to download it and then print it. So for me, that's a little thing I have. I don't know if there's a way around it. If anyone knows, let me know. Drop the hint, tell me. And it can get a bit disorganized if you're not sure what you're doing with stuff. So you have to organize it in folders, which is a feature Canva has to help you do just that. You can organize your designs and your projects and really keep things in order. So once you decide on your hierarchy of design work, you can create the structure that you need so you don't get lost in Canva. But all said and done, I love Canva. Let it be known to the world. Okay, no, that was the air horn I wanted. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I make no apologies for my air horn use. Okay, onward to tool number 2. Ecamm, which is the tool I'm using right now to broadcast and air this presentation to you. And Ecamm is a relatively new tool to me because I've known about it for a while, but I've just started to use it the past couple months. And so it's a video production live streaming tool. And I use it for training videos like this one right here. You can pre-record and go live, and I'm using it weekly. And today was a breakthrough day because I finally, this is my first presentation on Ecamm. That deserves an ear horn. And I was finally able to do it. And when you start Ecamm, the thing about it, it is such a powerhouse of a tool. It's very powerful. It's very professional. It's like having a built-in broadcast studio on your computer. And it has all these fun features like the air horn, which I've been overdoing, but I'll do it one more time. Okay, and it is a very next level tool. And they also have a great community. So I love Ecamm for all those reasons, and I'm excited to kind of explore it more and do more with it. Some of the cons is it is a Mac only. So it's not a PC version. They don't have a PC version. There is no app for your phone. It is all on the computer, on your Mac, but it is a powerhouse, and that's why it's mainly on a desktop. It does have a bit of a learning curve. When you first start it, you're like, okay, where do I start? What's going on? And one of the tips I would use for all of these apps is use the guides on the websites for these companies. Canva has guides, tutorials, Ecamm has tutorials. Use all of those. And on top of that, if you need extra help, get yourself a coach, get yourself some help. I have to do a big old shout out to Miss Katie. Let me do another. How about party noise? Yeah. To Katie Simpson, who has been my Ecamm coach. Thank you, Katie, because you helped me get up to speed a lot faster. And so once you get that extra support, you can come on here and really, feel more confident. So it is exciting. It can be a little nerve-wracking again when you start, but you got to just give yourself the chance to mess up, which you're gonna do, which I kind of did earlier today. But anyhow, all right. So again, it's not totally intuitive at first, but you get used to it once you start to practice. Many moving parts, and again, just practice it and you'll get better at it. But the pros outweigh any cons at all, and it's a totally cool app for video production. All right, Flodesk number 3. This is an app that I use for email, and it is an email design and broadcast app, and I use it for my weekly supercharged newsletters. So therefore, I use it weekly. And it's a beautiful interface of a platform. And of course, there are many, many, many email service providers, and this is one of many. And I use it for my supercharged coaching. On my Kasori side business, I'm actually transitioning to Klaviyo, which is another really robust email service provider system, which I'm in the process of doing. But right now, Flodesk is what I use for Supercharge, and I love it because it has beautiful designs. It's relatively easy to use. They're always expanding their services. Like, for example, if you don't have a website, they have landing pages, they have checkout facilities now, and all kinds of stuff. So they're always adding. It's a relatively, as I said, simple interface, very minimalistic, very clean, very modern. And one of the benefits why I signed up was that you can have unlimited subscribers depending on the plan that you have. So I think I started with one of their early plans, and unlimited. So that's a really cool feature. So some of the cons is that even though it's this, the minimalistic appeal is attractive, it can be a bit oversimplistic in terms of the analytics, and it could use more in-depth analytics if that's your goal, to segment your lists more and to kind of track more details. It's might maybe a bit limited on that front. That might change with time, but for my uses, what I'm doing with it right now, it's quite fine. The templates can be a bit rigid sometimes, to manipulate them a little bit. Again, depending on what you're doing, I'm sure there's always a workaround. And they really do need a free version so people can really try it. They may have one. I don't know. I don't think so, but they should have one. And it's a little pricey. Okay. But other than that, it's really fun to use. It's pretty. And I'm always relaxed when I use that app. So I like Flodesk. Tool number 4, QuickBooks. That's a bicycle. Okay, QuickBooks is an accounting and bookkeeping software. It's probably the dominant software for accounting in the United States. And I don't know about worldwide, but definitely here in the US. And it's how I manage financial records and business records. And I use it weekly. And it's also a powerhouse of a tool, and it's a necessary tool. And if you don't use QuickBooks, make sure you find something equivalent, but you do need something to manage your financial records. So some of the pros of QuickBooks is that it's a comprehensive app for accounting. It's an industry standard. It's used by all your CPAs and accountants use QuickBooks. Again, in the US specifically, it tracks your finances, it tracks your business spending and invoicing and inventory and all those things, your business operations, and it integrates well with other apps. So if you have to download financial statements from your bank, you can do that. It also has a desktop and online version. I personally use the desktop version because it has certain features that I prefer than the online, and I've used it for so long, so I'm very familiar with it. Some of the cons, it can be a bit pricey. It has gone up in price. It's expensive. There is a learning curve to getting going with QuickBooks, and support can be a little complicated at times, but depends. And this new subscription model that they have for desktop, I really don't like it, because when you buy software outright, you shouldn't have to keep paying a subscription. Anyhow, that is my take on that. But it's like the only game in town, so I guess that's why they can do it. And you do need help to set this thing up, and I would highly recommend some professional support, someone who really knows QuickBooks, to get it set up correctly, so you start off on the right foot. Because when you mess up QuickBooks, it's a major problem. You want to keep it as clean as you can. And this week, my theme, the word for the month, is reconciliation. In QuickBooks, make sure you reconcile every single month, because if you don't, it wreaks all kind of havoc throughout your books, and it's a ripple effect that can take months and days and Lord knows how long to fix. So I encourage you, if you use QuickBooks, make sure you reconcile your bank statements and your credit card statements, any kind of statement, reconcile it every single month. So QuickBooks is a necessity for your business operations. It might be the most fun, but it's needed. Okay, back to the fun. So my last tool for the day, and this tool, Notion, people, every sound is coming out. Every sound is coming out, because this is the app of apps. This is the app of apps, okay? Notion it is. Let me know if you're a Notion user, because Notion is where it is. So it's hard to tell you in one word what is Notion. It's a database, it's a project management support, it's a life repository where I kind of put everything that I'm working on. It's a great way to organize information. So I use it daily, absolutely daily, as databases for all kinds of things that I'm working on. Like I mentioned, I'm working on my book, doing a revision of my book, and I'm organizing my notes in there because it's easy to find and easy to work on. So I love Notion. Okay, let's get into the pros and cons. Okay, so it's totally versatile. It's a versatile tool. You make it what you want it to be. They have a great free version, which I'm happy to use. I mean, they really give you a lot of things. They've done some changes over the years, but now currently it is a free for the most part, depending on how much space you need and all of that. Then it becomes paid. But then you can find a place for everything in Notion. It's designed for you to design it to suit your needs and your style of working. You don't have to like squeeze yourself into someone else's rigid kind of program. It's a simple interface, and it's deceptively simple because it's really sophisticated. And it has desktop and mobile app as well. So no matter where you are, you can use Notion. And I use it, it doesn't matter, Mac, PC, whatever, it's a web-based app. Some of the cons is there's definitely a learning curve when you first start. You're like, where do I start? What do I do first? And so you really want to get a sense of the basics of how the app works, and then you can dive in. And as I said, go to the website for Notion, and they have tutorials and endless tutorials online. And I certainly will be doing some from my perspective because it is a very individualistic journey when you use Notion. I do recommend help setting it up, at least getting started, as I mentioned, whether it's a course or a tutorial. It can be like Canva, going down a rabbit hole and creating all kinds of stuff and then not, having a sense of structure. So you have to think of that up front. It's like Play-Doh. You can make it into anything you want, which can be fun. That's a pro and it's a con. And as I said, it's easy to get lost at first. So you have to have a sense of where you're going, look at what other people are doing, how other people use the apps. A lot of medical students use it to track their notes, or students in school use it to track their classes, take notes in class, like some amazing things you can do in Notion and find things quickly. So let me give you a little wrap-up summary of these 5 tools that are essential for business. Number 1, Canva, design templates. Number 2, Ecamm for video production and streaming. Number 3, Flodesk, email design and broadcasting. Number 4, Quickbooks, accounting and bookkeeping. And number 5, Notion as a database and project management powerhouse supercenter. So I'd mentioned earlier that you can make QR codes in Canva. So here is a QR code right here that I created in Canva where you can get a free gift for watching this video of positive self-talk tips, and also an opportunity to join my weekly newsletter if you would like. And so there it is. And those are the tips that I want to share with you. So I hope you have found this helpful today. And I invite you to subscribe, like, comment, share this video, and share with me your favorite tools. Let me know what was most useful to you and what tools that you use or might want to consider start using, or if you'd like any more in-depth tutorials on any of these tools in particular. So let me know in the comments and we can do that for a future time. In the meantime, thank you again for being here with me today, and I wish you a wonderful Momentum Monday, a wonderful rest of your week, and stay supercharged and come back next week. Bye-bye. Let's part on a fun note.